world of everything.
Hello, I'm Colin the Head and welcome to Colin the Head's World of Everything, episode 4. I'm back on your screens. We're back for episode 4. Today we've come to Leeds Bradford Airport, otherwise known as LBA. People just take off from Leeds Bradford Airport, right? And they just go on holiday and stuff, but people don't really realise the actual facts behind Leeds Bradford Airport. It's the highest working airport, functional airport in England. It's got 2 runways. This behind me is runway 32, right? And this is the runway that sees the most of the traffic here at Leeds Bradford Airport. And this airport alone last year handled 30,000 planes. The actual airport itself were opened up as like a partnership. It was like a partnership aerodrome, and it opened in 1931. Hello, I'm Colin the Head from Meet the Breakers. All right. Hello. How we doing? Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm famous, you know. Look me up on YouTube, Colin the Head. I'm telling you the truth. Just some Colin the Head fans. It's absolutely awesome. Like I was saying earlier, it opened in 1931. The airport itself, like I've said, it's the highest airport in England. And it's 231 metres above sea level. And it's also the windiest airport in the UK as well. So what we've done today, we've come to Leeds Bradford Airport to see what's going off. We're going to go around the corner and we'll have a look at all these plane spotters. Plane spotters just come and watch planes here. This behind me here is end at runway. This is where planes take off. We're at the Yeadon end of the airport. Right, so in the next 10 minutes there's going to be a plane landing at Leeds Bradford Airport. And it's an EasyJet flight. And it's just come from Geneva. It's going to be an Airbus 319 and we're going to get it on Colin the Head's World of Everything. Right, so we've just come to a viewing gallery. This is the viewing area. This is the viewing area here at LBA at Leeds Bradford Airport. These are all plane spotters. They're just plane spotters that's just come to Leeds Bradford Airport. We've even got a radio am. So I bet he knows who Colin the Head is. Sorry, I'm just doing a YouTube video. I'm famous. I've had some airy landings at this airport, and what it is it's the wind. Look at wind today, how windy it is. Right, I've had a proper airy landing. I came back from Prague 2 years ago, right, on an EasyJet flight, right, and landing at this airport were absolutely immense. That cabin was just proper silent. We're here to witness this plane taking off at LBA. We're just going to get it on Colin the Head's World of Everything. It's a 737-300, right, taking off. I used to work for EasyJet, you know. I used to fly these planes for a living. I just used to do it. So here we go. This is Colin the Head's World of Everything. We've got the plane. We're here to witness this marvellous. Look, I mean, how mad is that? As if this just happens every day at LBA. There we go. Yeah, man. Right, so we've been to Leeds Bradford Airport. The Geneva plane that we wanted to see landing on runway 32, right, got diverted to Manchester, so we didn't get to see that, but we did get a 737-300 leaving Leeds Bradford Airport. Coming up next in the show, a staircase on a lot. What's all that about?
Colin the Head's World of Everything.
What we've decided to do now is we've come to Bingley 5 Rise Locks here at Bingley in West Yorkshire. And we've come to this historical lock behind me. We've come to explore this lock to see what it's all about. The Bingley 5 Rise Locks opened in 1774 and it's on the Leeds Liverpool Canal. So this lock staircase behind us, what it is, there's 5 consecutive locks that's just sitting on this hillside here in West Yorkshire. People just drive by it on A650 and just think, oh, it's Bingley 5 Rise Locks. But this canal between Leeds and Liverpool would not have been able to have been constructed if it wasn't for this lock. Obviously, there's other locks on the canal. Every canal needs locks, right? Water cannot go uphill, it is a fact. when they built canals, right, back in 1700s, they were like motorways. They were just the modern day motorway, but they were canals. If you wanted to move out back in 1700s, by boat were the way. Obviously the canals come before the railways, come before the motorways. The canals were here first, right? And the reason for the canal was to move bulk items and people. So for this canal to get up that hill behind me, it needs this locked staircase. And if it weren't for this canal locked staircase, the Leeds Liverpool Canal would not be able to exist. It's the only locked staircase of its kind in the UK. 30,000 people flock to this lock here in West Yorkshire to marvel at this piece of engineering that's behind us. So back in 2012, Bingley 5 rise locks needed some new lock gates. They were useless, they were old, they were rotted. So what they did in 2012 is they drained the entire lock and they installed these new lock gates. And they were only 3 years ago and they already look like they've been there for centuries. I mean, what's all that about? Right, so obviously, if these gates are closed behind me, right, the lock will be filled from the top. Every lock's always filled from the top because obviously water flows downhill. So what they do then is they close the gates, and if you can see behind me these two turning wheels, I'll call them turning wheels, they're sluice gates behind me. You can see these two sluice gates. So they'll shut the gates, right? Open the sluice gates and the water level will begin to rise. Obviously there'll be a boat at the bottom and the boat will begin to rise with the water level. So what they'll open sluice gates, shut gates, right? Then once the lock is full and the water level is at the right level for the boat to float into the next lock, they shut the sluice gates and open the back set of gates. So they go up there, then they keep these gates locked and then the boat will float on and move up the lock. When a boat turns up at Bingley 5 rise locks, right at bottom, for that boat to traverse through the 5 rise locks, it takes about 28 minutes to half an hour. 30,000 people turned up to celebrate the opening of this lock staircase here in Yorkshire. They marvelled at the lock and they couldn't believe it. It was like a feat in engineering. It was cutting edge technology when this lock was built. You know, this was like a marvel in engineering. And look at it, look at vastness about it. Look at, you know, Victorians, they didn't mess about, did they? Whatever they built, right, with regards to infrastructure, right, be it road, railways, right, they built it to last. I know there's no boats doing it at the moment, right, but there's no boats, but it's still here and it's still doing its job. I'm Colin the Head and this is Colin the Head's world of everything. So there's some ladders here at side at lock, so obviously when gates are closed, the lock's filling up, and you want to get on your boat, right, you use these ladders to get down to water level. Obviously that's why the locks are installed. And another thing as well, if somebody falls in lock, you know, you need to be able to get out. So these ladders, like, you know, they're an important safety feature on these locks, and every lock will have one. Obviously the lock itself is in drain mode at the moment, as you can see, water is flowing downhill, right, but it's in drain mode. But once these gates are closed, right, this lock will fill up, and obviously whatever's in lock will rise. So basically this is just overflow for Bingley 5 rise locks. It's just an overflow, like on your toilet. You know when you overfill your toilet, ball cock don't go back up, your cistern keeps filling, right, and then water just starts going out of overflow pipe outside, going all over your patio and stuff and making a great mess, right? This is what this is doing. This is an overflow. This is an overflow for Leeds Liverpool Canal. Behind me, you can see this concrete gully that runs into this little drainage channel here at the side. Obviously it's an overflow and the water will just cascade through this channel behind me and into this overflow and hopefully down into the canal. This is a textile canal. This is why it was built. This is the reason why this canal was built and the reason why the 5 rise locks were built. It was built to transport bulk items such as coal, textiles, cotton, wool, probably cattle as well. So just another couple of facts about the Bingley 5 rise locks. It's also the steepest lock staircase of its kind, and the actual lock staircase raises the lock 18 metres. This is the lockkeeper's cottage. Like I said, when the lock's in use, obviously it's manned, it's a manned lock, and this is lockkeeper's cottage. And it even says here on this plaque, do not navigate the locks without the help of a lock keeper. So if you've got a boat, right, and you just come to Bingley Five Rise locks, it's a service the British Waterways provide you with a lock keeper to safely navigate you through the Bingley Five Rise locks. Right, we're at the top of the staircase here in Bingley, right, and behind me this is the start of the overflow, so obviously this is the top, this is the overflow behind me. There's a swing bridge as well here, so obviously it's closed at the moment, but this bridge behind me will just like swing out of way and boats will be able to go by and stuff. Every canal's got a towpath. Now, nowadays people just walk along it, not for leisure purposes, because boats have got engines, we all know that. But when the canal was first constructed, the horses used to just pull boats down towpath, and that's the reason for the towpath. So every canal you'll find will have a towpath at in it. Back in day when industry used to be about, the canal were built for transporting like bulk items and materials. But today that is not the truth. It's sort of for sole purpose of pleasure. People just get boats and just drive down it, you know what I mean? Just for leisure purposes. Obviously behind me you can see the Bingley Five Rise Locks Cafe. Everyone's just chilling out outside, having a cup of tea and that. You know what I mean? Just enjoying the scenes. You know, it's a nice tranquil place to come into Bingley Five Rise Locks. Alright love, how we doing? I'm Colin the Head. Did you know how we're famous? Did you know how we're famous?
No.
Go on, you ever got YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, just Colin the Head, mate. I'm called Colin the Head. I'm a local documentarian. And what I've done today is I've just come to Bingley Five Rise Locks for my documentaries. I've got documentaries on YouTube. So just YouTube me, Colin the Head. I'm called Colin the Head. I've done loads of videos and I'm quite famous actually.
So where do you live?
I live in Pontefract.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you go around different parts of Yorkshire?
Yeah, I go all over Yorkshire and I make like documentaries basically. And that's what I do. I put them on YouTube and everyone just watches me.
Alright, I'll check you out.
So when I'm famous, just remember you've met...
You said you're already famous.
I am famous. When I'm famouser, what should I say? When I'm famouser, you can say met me. You've met Colin the Head. See you later. So behind me, we've got a milepost. The Bingley Five Rise Locks is 111 miles from Liverpool. It's 12.5 miles from Skipton, 12 3/4 actually. Saltaire is just 2 3/4 of a mile in that direction, and Appley Bridge and Leeds, 7 miles to Appley Bridge, and 16 miles from Leeds. So I think that's about it for Bingley Five Rise Locks. Coming up next in the show, Monster Energy Drink, the meanest energy drink on the planet, but do we really need them?
Colin the Head, world of everything.
Well, love, you alright? Yeah, I'm amazing, thank you for asking.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Life. Thank you, love, cheers. See you later. See you later, love. How easy was that? How easy was it for me to purchase these 2 energy drinks from that shop? Right, you've seen how easy it is for me to purchase these 2 energy drinks from this local shop here in Ackworth in near Pontefract. Obviously the woman behind the counter were quite happy to sell me these 2 energy drinks. Obviously these energy drinks, I'll be honest with you, they've got no health warnings on them whatsoever, and they've got no age restriction. Right, 1 can of Monster contains 55 grams of sugar in this can of energy drink. 55 grams. I've seen it for myself. I've seen people physically, well, young mums giving kids energy drinks. They actually look at these energy drinks as like the new pop. I mean, when I were a kid, it was Coca-Cola, right? You shouldn't drink Coca-Cola, it rots your teeth, sort of thing. But nah, it's energy drinks. And there's probably 4 times as much sugar in this can of Monster energy drink than what they ever were in a can of Coke. And another thing about these energy drinks is the high caffeine intake. They're a stimulant, basically. Caffeine is a stimulant. There's no health warnings on them. They're completely legal, right? They'll sell them to anybody given age, right? And you know, really, these things are really bad for your health. I've also known people who do use a lot of energy drinks and do drink a lot of energy drinks to become addicted to them, and then obviously they have a lot of health complications due to the fact of diabetes, because the simple fact they've been absolutely overloading themselves with sugar and carbohydrates from these energy drinks, and they become addicted to them. Anyone can walk into a shop and buy a can of Monster Energy. So they're really controversial, and the market's absolutely flooded with them. Over the last 10 years, I've seen energy drinks more readily available, a lot more advertised, price has gone down, and the actual amount of energy drink that you're actually getting has actually gone up. Obviously they've become cheaper and they're giving you more, and they're putting more sugar in it. I mean, for instance, look at this advertisement on side of this Monster Energy drink. Tear into a can of Monster Energy, the meanest energy drink on the planet. If you haven't had a can of Monster, you're useless. That's what Monster Energy is telling you. You know, basically they're saying that you need a Monster Energy, right, to get tasks done. Parents, right, are letting the kids buy energy drinks. They're just like, you can pick them up in Fitzy for like 50 pence or something. And there's all these kids going into newsagents just buying cheap energy drinks, and they're just all bouncing about off their heads, you know what I mean? Just with these energy drinks inside them, all because of these. Let's just get all of his heads on Monster. Yeah, I've got my energy drink. We're chasing a sugar fix all the time, and these things are absolutely packed with it. The cranberry caffeine, they increase your chances of diabetes. They've got all these chemicals inside them. Some are actually cancer-causing chemicals, right? There's no age restriction on them. They increase your heart rate. They make your heart go faster. They keep you awake. They're a stimulant, so they're increasing your chance of a stroke. They're addictive. People think that they need them to complete certain tasks during the day. They're not happy until they've had the Monster. Energy drinks manufacturers, right, you're turning into a nation of diabetics. So you've had your energy drink, right, and you're ready and you're raring to go, right? What do you actually do? Do you actually go for a run? Do you burn these calories off? No, you don't. You just sit on a computer and just do your normal everyday tasks. With all that sugar just buzzing around your system, all wanting to eat to do something, and you just think, oh, I'm just going to sit here and go on computer, or I'm just going to sit here and just watch a bit of telly while you just energy drinks off your head and you're just bouncing about. No, they're just bad for you. You just don't need these energy drinks in your life at all. They're just no good. Coming up next, we can see it for miles. What's that on the horizon? Emley Moor transmitter.
Colin the Head, world of everything.
We've come to Emley Moor transmitter here in West Yorkshire. What it is, it's a television transmission mast. Every person that lives in Yorkshire knows about this iconic structure. It absolutely blights the landscape here in Yorkshire, and you can see it for absolutely miles and miles. And that structure is the Emley Moor transmitting tower. One of the best facts about it is it's not actually called the Emley Moor transmitting tower. It's actually called the Aguila Tower. So we're all sat here, going, oh look, on M1, when you're going up M1 or southbound, and you're looking to your right thinking, oh, it's Emley Moor transmitter, but it's not really called Emley Moor transmitter, it's called Aguila Tower. So it's located on Emley Moor, but it's actually called Aguila Tower. Now, something about the structure itself is that it's the tallest freestanding structure of its kind in the UK. And it stands over 1,000 feet tall. It's actually the third tallest of its kind in Europe. And what's transmitted from the Aguila Tower here in Yorkshire is television. Now, if we just get the antenna in the top of the tower behind me, you see that white thing at the top of the tower? That's the antenna. That's actually 56 metres tall in length, and it's one. And we can also see the actual control tower. You see the windows? That's the control tower there at the top of the Aguila Tower here at Emley. And obviously it's used for transmission of television and radio as well. You get your radio from here. You can see this tower from 60 miles away. It's the tallest of its kind, over 1,000 feet. Now, the reason for why Emley has actually been chosen for the construction of this colossal structure behind me is its height. So it was a really good location to actually start transmitting television from this location, because the simple fact is the coverage. Obviously, the higher you go with regards to radio and television transmissions, the more coverage you're going to get. And Emley proved an excellent location for this purpose. So that's the reason why the Aguila Tower / Emley Moor transmitter was built here at Emley. Now, what Emley Moor does is, obviously, it's got a big antenna on top and it's blasting out loads of television signals, right? What Emley Moor transmitter does is it relays its signal. There might be people in area that are behind hills, so there'll be black spots, basically. There'll be areas behind hills, right, that aren't getting television signals. So, to get over this is what Emley Moor has been installed with, is a set of trowels around the bottom. Now, what these trowels do, right, is they beam the signal that is being transmitted from Emley Moor to another transmitter to a better location at a better vantage point. So these black spots, these areas in Yorkshire and the surrounding area, right, that aren't getting the television signal from Emley Moor, will get the television from Emley Moor from these trowels. So all your television sets off at Emley Moor. But obviously there's little repeaters, they're called repeaters, and that's exactly their job. They're these little towers or little transmitters are there to repeat and boost the signal that Emley Moor can't reach. So wherever you go, you can receive a television signal, and that's the jobs of the trowels. Also, another few facts about the Emley Moor transmitter is that it's a Grade 2 listed building as well. Who'd believe it? This ugly concrete structure behind me is a Grade 2 listed building. There's a control tower at top of Emley Moor transmitter. And obviously that's job's there to control the transmissions which come out of Emley Moor. Now to get to that control tower, it's actually a 20-minute lift journey up the actual centre of the tower. I'd love to go up this tower. I'd love to like get up to the top of Emley Moor and just like stand there and just, the actual view from top. I'd love to go up this tower. So if there's anybody out there that can get me up that tower, right, I'd love you to contact Colin the Head's World of Everything. I want to go up this tower. I want to go up and check a viewing gallery. It's probably one of my life fulfillments. I'd love to go up this tower. Probably mass high security and that. They're not just going to let Colin the Head go up that tower. You know what I mean? But it'd be good if they actually did one day let me go up that tower. I'd be really amazed. It'd be absolutely awesome. Look at these. I bet they're going up tower. They're going up tower. How are that elderly couple might be going up tower? They're doing something that I need to do. They're having a day out at home, Emley Moor, at Gweneva Tower. Look, I've never seen anyone go in this tower before. Oh, the damny bastards. I can't believe it. I'm absolutely fuming. Oh my days. I cannot believe that. Fucking believe it. I just can't believe that's just happened in front of my eyes, right? If anybody ever watches this, right, I want to do what they're doing. I want to do what they're doing. I want to go and do that. That's not fair. I'd like to also add at the end that there's a 56-metre antenna at the top of this tower, and it's responsible for transmitting over 100 digital services to Yorkshire and the surrounding area. That's about it really about Emley Moor transmitter. I'm Colin the Head. It's just Colin the Head's World of Everything.
Colin? Colin? Colin?